Hey everyone, JJ's here. Ever thought about how interconnected our world is? That t-shirt you're wearing might have been made halfway across the globe. From the clothes we wear to the food we eat, trade plays a role in almost every aspect of our lives. So buckle up as we uncover the secrets behind this global phenomenon. Let's go. Okay, let's start with the basics. What exactly trade? It's the exchange of goods and services. It's what happens when you swap a $5 bill for a cup of coffee or when a farmer sells their produce at a market. But trade goes way beyond these everyday transactions. It's about countries exchanging resources, sharing knowledge, and building economic relationships. That smartphone in your pocket? The screen might be from Japan, the processor from the United States, and the battery from China. All these components come together through a complex network of trade agreements, shipping routes, and international collaboration. Trade is the engine that drives our global economy, connecting people and products across continents. Imagine a world without trade. No coffee from Colombia, no silk from China, no Swiss chocolate. Trade fosters relationships, promotes cultural exchange, and builds bridges between nations. Alright, now that we've got a handle on what trade is, let's talk about the different flavors it comes in. Primarily, we've got two main types: domestic trade and international trade. Domestic trade is like that neighborhood farmer's market. It happens within the borders of a single country. International trade, on the other hand, is where countries become global players, exchanging goods and services across borders. Why do countries go through all this trouble to trade with each other? It boils down to comparative advantage. Countries focus on producing and exporting what they're really good at, what they can make more efficiently and cost-effectively than other countries. Take Saudi Arabia, for example. They've got oil for days. It makes sense for them to export oil and use those earnings to import other things they need. This specialization and exchange allow countries to use their resources more efficiently, leading to greater productivity and a higher standard of living. So, we've covered what trade is and the different forms it takes, but why should we even care? The benefits of trade are vast. First, trade gives us access to a wider variety of goods and services. Without trade, our choices would be limited to what we could produce locally. Second, trade often leads to lower prices. When countries specialize in trade, it creates competition, which is good for consumers. Third, trade fuels economic growth. It creates jobs, boosts innovation, and expands markets for businesses. Think about all the people involved in getting that t-shirt from a factory in Bangladesh to a store in Paris: designers, manufacturers, shippers, retailers. Trade creates a ripple effect throughout the global economy, boosting incomes, creating opportunities, and raising living standards. It's a powerful engine for progress and development. Trade allows us to enjoy the fruits of other countries' labor and resources. Now, before we get carried away singing the praises of trade, it's important to acknowledge that it's not always smooth sailing. One of the biggest challenges is the potential for trade disputes and protectionist policies. Countries sometimes try to protect their own industries and workers by imposing tariffs, quotas, or other barriers to trade. Another challenge is the issue of inequality. While trade can create jobs and boost economic growth, the benefits are not always distributed evenly. Some workers and communities may be left behind, particularly those in industries that face stiff competition from imports. It's crucial to have policies in place that support workers who are displaced by trade and help them transition to new industries and opportunities. Then there are the environmental concerns. The transportation of goods over long distances can contribute to pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. As we become more aware of the impact our consumption habits have on the planet, it's essential that we find ways to make trade more sustainable and environmentally responsible. We need to make sure that the benefits of trade are shared more equitably and that everyone has a chance to succeed in the global economy. So what does the future hold for trade? Well, just like the rest of our world, trade is constantly evolving. One of the biggest trends is the rise of e-commerce. With the click of a button, we can now buy products from all over the world without ever leaving our homes. This is making it easier than ever for businesses of all sizes to participate in the global marketplace, and is connecting consumers with a wider range of products than ever before. Another major trend is the increasing importance of data and technology in trade. From blockchain to artificial intelligence, these technologies are being used to streamline supply chains, improve logistics, and make trade more efficient and transparent. Blockchain, for example, can be used to track goods as they move through the supply chain, reducing the risk of fraud and counterfeiting. Artificial intelligence can be used to analyze data and predict consumer demand, helping businesses make smarter decisions about what to produce, when to produce it, and where to sell it. And let's not forget about the growing importance of sustainability in trade. As consumers become more conscious of the environmental and social impact of their purchases, businesses are under increasing pressure to adopt more sustainable practices. So there you have it, a glimpse into the fascinating and complex world of global trade. It's a story of interconnectedness, innovation, and the constant flow of goods, services, and ideas across borders. The next time you sip your morning coffee, consider the journey those beans took to reach your cup. The farmers who grew them, the workers who roasted and packaged them, the ship captains who transported them across oceans, the baristas who brewed them to perfection. They're all part of a global network that connects us all. Trade is more than just transactions and economic indicators, it's about human connection. So the next time you see a made in label, take a moment to appreciate the journey that product has taken and the countless hands that have touched it along the way. Like, subscribe and stay curious.